And like with anything live, the Facebook link broke. So be un momento. Give a few minutes for everybody to show up.
That's totally fine. I like immediately stuck my finger in the face paint on my nose, so now I have a white line on my nose. So it's a wound. It's a war wound. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh no, I don't want to delete it. Technology. Well, welcome. I see people coming in. What?
Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, it is kind of weird with it doing live.
Yeah. So we're going to do this a different way. Hi. Give a few minutes for people to get here.
Just be fabulous in our costumes.
I know, right? Look at us. Look at us. Look at us. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I'm hearing myself. Professional. I'll go ahead and share this to a few things. All right. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Nikki is the host of Page Turners and Button Mashers.
Cool. Welcome.
I just recorded with them last night and it was amazing. So everybody go check them out. She sent in a story, so she's probably going to scare the shit out of us. And now I'm home alone. Yes. I did not think this through. I'm going to be scared.
I've got this thing that if my ears are covered up, like with headphones or a hood, so I've got double whammy, then like something scares me exponentially more. So I'm probably going to get the shit scared out of me.
Oh, well, you know, good thing we're out different states. We can't console each other.
I know.
Oh, where's that noise coming from? Jesus. I don't know what's happening.
Is the tab open, but you don't know which one is playing music?
Yep. That's exactly what's happening. It's doing it again. I'm going to guess. It was that one. Okay. Oh, man. So how's everybody doing in the comments?
Yes. I hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend.
Me too.
I know the South is having some unseasonably cool weather.
Right. I got this costume and it's short shorts and I'm like, it'll be great because it'll be so hot. And then it's freezing today. So that's been great.
Oh, girl, Snapchat means those shorts.
It's all legs over here.
Yes, I am wearing leg warmers. You cannot see them, but they are here and they're so comfortable.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, storms. I kind of wanted to storm here though. Like we got like an hour of storms yesterday, but I missed the entire thing. I didn't even know it had rained.
Oh, well, that's nice. I love storms. Murray does not. So it's always a rough time for him.
It's very true. Reggie doesn't care. Reggie just chills, and that's totally it.
Yes. I'm still fixing this link. I don't know what happened. Good times. At least YouTube's working. That's the good one. Everybody can get to that one.
Yeah, let me go grab that link from you too, so I can post it on my page.
There it goes. It's working now on the Facebook.
So my mom and dad can watch, maybe.
I know my mom's like, I got a new TV and it's a smart TV and then I can watch you on Saturday night. And I was like, Mom, that is Saturday night. She's like, well, shit. So, hi, Mom.
Sorry, you could probably hear me typing.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll just
was it like Matlock or something amazing listening to me type?
Yes, exactly. It was
good.
That. Oh.
Wrong link. Okay, there we go. Es bueno.
All right, we can get started here in a few minutes or now. Do you want to get started now? Just do it?
Sure.
All
Let me open up my stuff.
Yeah, I got it on my phone because I'm blind.
Yeah, I
So
gotta get on my
blind.
phone. I can't wear glasses with this majestic eye makeup, so I have to have it on my phone.
Yeah, with my beautiful, barely any pixels laptop, you can't see the details at the hours of makeup, but it's there, so you can trust me.
It's beautiful. I'm certain of it.
Thank you. Although I think the fake lashes are already coming off, but it's
Oh,
fine.
no.
I don't know how to do like things. It's never been my
Same.
like I can paint, but apparently can't paint my face.
Eh.
It's
I think
fine.
that you can really pull off a green wig too.
Thank you. I kind of really dig it.
I'm really digging it. Yeah. You should definitely like go green, I'm telling you.
Go green. Yes, I sent a picture to Zeke and he was like, nice. Never worn a rig before. I really like it.
Yes.
It's a nice change of pace from my bun. That's never down. Oh, yay. Good times.
Love it. But yeah, so do you want to get, do we want to get started?
Yeah. I was like, let me pull this up. And then I got distracted and I did not pull this up. Okay. This is going well. ADD. So if you guys are new and you haven't been a part of Patreon, this is what Patreon is like all the time. So you get to comment, see us just stumble. And when I say us, me.
And me sometimes.
So yeah, I can't word, but it's fine. So yeah, you can comment in the, if you're on Facebook, it's in the comment box. If you're on YouTube, I think it's somewhere below.
Look around.
Depending on what, look around.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Reading Rainbow. All right, I'm pulled up.
Okay, cool. Am I
oh.
Go on.
Let me crack my Diet Coke before we get started too. So it's
okay.
ASMR. Welcome everybody to Historical AF. I'm Keena.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is Extra AF Spooky and Live.
Woo! Oh gosh, it's so good.
Yes, we're going to be reading your emails, which I have been told will give me nightmares. So thanks.
They better.
I can't say that sarcastically because I asked you to traumatize me, but it's okay. I did not know I was going to be alone tonight when I said that. I did not know that Zeke was going to be like, I'm going to go to the track and then I'll be here alone in the dark.
I'll FaceTime you.
And I can't trust my dogs because they're wusses and they just go hide and they leave me. They don't care.
What about the cat? The cat will protect you.
Yeah, maybe. We haven't tested that theory yet, so there's no telling.
This could be the night.
It's true. It's true. So yes, the first half we will do history that happened this month and history that has happened in this month in history. That made no sense. And then we'll read your emails. But we're really hoping this comes out on Halloween, not live. But happy Halloween!
Yes. Woohoo! That is why we are, well, part of why we're dressed up. Part of it's just because we're weird.
Oh, that's true. We should dress up all the time.
Real talk.
It's fun. Yeah, I was inspired because I was watching Beetlejuice. And I was like, that would be fun. And then Amazon came in clutch.
Came in clutch. There we go.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. And so, yeah. And it's probably a bummer because a lot of things aren't happening this year. There's not a whole lot of events.
Yeah, it's not the same this year, and it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, I usually like going to haunted houses and stuff like that, but none of them are open. There's a corn maze, I believe, here.
Yeah.
Try to go to, but yeah, awesome. It's always fun going to haunted houses because I learned from a early phase of my relationship with Zeke that in any kind of situation that involves a chainsaw, I'm a human shield. And there's no protecting me. There's a pushing me into the chainsaw and running while screaming like a girl.
Yep.
And at first I was like, what the fuck? And then he did it to his brother too. So he like shoved his brother within me. And I was like, well, I mean, at least just shove his brother first.
Yeah. Every man for himself.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But he's like, babe, chainsaw. I'm like, yeah, okay.
And here I told my husband that I would turn him in if I suspected him for murder. So
That's fair, honestly. I think Zeke's like, you listen to a lot of murder podcasts. And I was like, yeah, I'm just learning how to get away with it. And he's like,
exactly.
okay. He's like your conscience could ever do anything.
You can't even kill flies.
I can't. It was, yeah. No. Yeah. The other day, one went into the dishwasher and I was like, oh, I'll just turn it on. Then I'm like, well, then he's going to boil alive. And that's just not fun either. So then I let him out.
Never thought of that.
I
Sorry,
know.
flies.
My brain goes to dark places. Really weird and dark and twisty places.
Same.
So do you want to kick us off on your thing that happened this month?
Sure, but I kind of cheated. It didn't happen this month. But it's spooky.
That's all I want in life.
Okay, so this is an article from the New York Times. And as I told Kina earlier, I had to screenshot it to my phone because nobody has a New York Times subscription in our tax bracket. So I had to screenshot it so I didn't lose it. All right, so this is from May of 2020. So it's the same year, but it is titled Quarantining with a Ghost. It's scary. And I'm not going to read all of it, but for those who believe they're locked down with spectral roommates, the pandemic has been less isolating than they had bargained for. It started with the front door. Adrian Gomez lives with his partner in Los Angeles, where their first few days of sheltering in place for the coronavirus pandemic proved uneventful. Sorry, I forgot how to read there. They worked remotely, baked, took a 2-mile walk each morning, and refinished their porcelain kitchen sink. But then one night, the doorknob began to rattle vigorously, so loud he could hear it from across the apartment, yet no one was there.
Oh, no.
In mid-April, Mr. Gomez was in bed when a nearby window shade began shaking against the window frame so intensely, despite the fact that the window was closed. An adjacent window shade remained perfectly still. The cats were all accounted for, and no bug nor bird nor any other small creature had gotten stuck there. That Mr. Gomez thought it was an earthquake.
Oh, wow. That's very aggressive then.
That is very aggressive, and I am not here for it. I very seriously hid myself under the comforter like you see in horror movies because it really did freak me out, he said. Now, though neither he nor his partner noticed any unexplained activity at home before this, the couple can distinctly make out footsteps above their heads, and no one lives above them.
Oh, no.
Don't like that. Nope.
Nope. I'll pass.
Nope. I'm a fairly rational person, said Mr. Gomez, who is 26 and works in IT support. I try to think, what are the reasonable, tangible things that could be causing this? But when I don't have those answers, I start to think maybe something else is going on. And they're not alone, possibly in more ways than one. For those whose experience of self-isolation involves what they believe to be a ghost, their days are punctuated not just by Zoom meetings or homeschooling, but by disembodied voices, shadowy figures, misbehaving electronics, invisible cats cozying up on couches, caresses from hands that aren't there, and even, in some cases, to borrow the technical parlance of Ghostbusters, free-floating, full torso vaporous apparitions.
I mean, you had me at ghost cat, and then you lost me with everything else.
Like ghost cat, all right, cool. Free-floating, full torso vaporous apparitions. No, thank you, sir.
There's just something about the word torso in general.
Free-floating torso.
Not attached to anything? No.
Can I tell y'all about a time really quick? Sorry, I just thought of this, but free-floating torso made me think of it.
I'm intrigued.
A time that I was accidentally an asshole during a Ghost Hunters talk at a paranormal expo.
Yes, go.
Okay, good.
What'd you think?
So we were at this talk about that someone did about the dangers of ghost hunting, and it was like a really serious talk, and he was telling us about this time that he was investigating somewhere, and the door swung open and there was just a pair of pants standing there, and I laughed and no one else laughed, and he did not find it amusing that I laughed, and he got a very angry face, and I almost had to leave.
Oh, it's like that movie, the one that just came out where the dad's just the pants.
Yes, it made me think of that, and I still cringe to this day because I laughed at this man's story about how he was possibly possessed by a demon.
Oh,
Because it started as a pair of pants.
well, I've never heard that demons began as pants.
I
And
didn't
that is
either.
startling in its own right.
I didn't either. And like he and I had a really good rapport before that, and now I'm scared to be around him. But whatever, it's fine. Moving on. Some of these people are frightened, of course. Others say they just appreciated the company. Fair.
Yeah, I mean, quarantining's hard.
The pandemic's been hard on everyone's mental health. There is no scientific evidence for the existence of ghosts, a fact that has little bearing on our collective enthusiasm for them. According to a 2019 YouGov survey, 45% of U.S. adults believe in ghosts. In 2009, the Pew Research Center found that 18% of Americans believe themselves to have seen or otherwise encountered one. I want to be in one of these surveys.
I know, I've never been asked.
Come up to me in the street and ask me about ghosts. I've got some stories.
Yeah, like I tell everybody my opinions on ghosts, but nobody's ever asked me.
Same. Girl.
Yeah.
Same. Yes.
Anyway, I'm begging. Somebody just ask me. Make a fake poll. Just make me feel like I'm needed.
Really? I mean, like, at this point, you could probably approach my car at a stoplight and just through the window, ask me my opinion on ghosts, and I will roll my window down and tell you. I'm desperate. All right, so before stay-at-home restrictions in New York, Patrick Hines, 42, left Manhattan with his husband and daughter to spend 6 weeks at an adorable cottage in West Massachusetts that they rented on Airbnb. One night, Mr. Hines woke up around 3 a.m. thirsty for a glass of water. He said he walked into the kitchen and saw a white man in his 50s, that would scare me too, wearing a well-worn World War II era military uniform and cap sitting at the table. It seemed normal in the split second before I realized, wait, what's happening? And as I turned to look, he was gone, said Mr. Hines, who is the host of the podcast True Crime Obsessed.
Oh.
It didn't feel menacing at all. It almost didn't even occur to me to tell my husband the next morning. If you were to accept the premise that ghosts are real, it stands to reason that some tension would naturally result once the flesh and blood roommates start spending much, much more time at home together. John E.L. Tenney, who describes himself as a paranormal researcher and is a former host of the TV show Ghost Stalkers, estimates that he received 2 to 5 reports of a haunted house each month in 2019. Lately, it's been more like 5 to 10 in a week. Mr. Tenney has seen something like this before, and in 1999, immediately before Y2K, he witnessed a spike in reported ghost and poltergeist activity, as well as UFO sightings, which, in his experience, are also in the rise in this moment. It does seem to have something to do with our heightened state of anxiety, our hypervigilance, he said. Mr. Tenney has no doubt that the vast majority of these cases in his inbox are completely explainable in nature. When the sun comes up and the house starts to warm up, they're usually at work. They're not used to hearing the bricks pop and the wood expand, he said. It's not that the house wasn't making those sounds. They just never had the time to notice it. So the article goes on, and it's actually really interesting. There's several more ghost stories on there. And I highly recommend that you read it. And like, I tend to kind of agree with him that people, not that I think that they're hearing sounds that are normal house sounds and pretending, but I think that people are being more observant to their surroundings, and that's making it where they're seeing more like haunted shit.
That's true. Yeah. Because for most of us, none of us have been home this much.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure the ghosts are probably like, I need some me time too. God damn it.
Right? Damn it, Julie slams cabinet. You're supposed to
Shakes and
be a
stuff.
mom.
Go rattle some
Ah,
chains.
yes.
Go away.
Throws a fork. Yes.
Yes. Oh, that is really interesting. I guess I hadn't actually considered what the haunting situation in isolation would be like, but
I
that really
hadn't
makes sense.
either. Yeah, and apparently they're like researching this shit out there. So
That's in the New York Times. That's legit.
yeah, that shocked the crap out of me.
That's a very highbrow.
Yeah. Like I feel like my intuition has been really like heightened in the last few weeks. Like thought about people on the day that they died, like thought about someone and then found out a few days later that they had died on that day and
Oh
like
man.
you know, weird stuff like that has been happening. So I just feel like we're all hyper aware. So I agree with that point.
I have like the opposite. Okay, so on TikTok, there's these people that are like, check your witchy intuition. I'm holding a thing. Tell me what color it is. And they're like, have you got a color? And I'm like, yes, I got it. I got it. And then they roll it, and I'm always wrong.
Oh, I always get those wrong. Fuck those.
Or like, pick this number and see if you're a witch. And like, I suck.
No.
This sigh. I am not very intuition-y or observant. I'm a lot of not things. That was a wrong order of words. Anyway, mine. So things, something that happened in October. On the afternoon of October 22nd, 1926, two McGill University students visited Houdini's dressing room. According to reports, Houdini was looking through his mail when one of the students, J. Gordon Whitehead, asked Harry if he could withstand any blow to the abdomen, as the magician had previously proclaimed. He's like that dude being like, punch me in the stomach. No, seriously, punch me in the stomach. And everybody's like, yeah, let me do that. Before Harry could respond that he could, the Whitehead kid just like punched him 4 times in the abdomen.
Rude.
And he claims that Houdini had enough time to brace himself, but Houdini's like, no, I did not. So apparently it hurt. He was in a lot of pain for the rest of the performances that night, and he was unable to sleep and remained in constant pain for the next 2 days, but he did not seek medical help.
Yikes.
Just like my husband, he has to like practically lose a limb for me to
Such a dude. Such a dude.
When he finally saw a doctor, Harry was found to have a fever of 102 degrees and acute appendicitis. He was advised to go to the hospital for immediate surgery. However, he decided he needed to complete his show that night. He's like, 15,000 people bought tickets. The show must go on.
True.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Listen to your wife, Houdini. By the time Harry arrived on stage, his fever was 104.
Ooh.
He was tired, he was in pain, and his assistants had to step in and offer help a lot more than usual. Audience members reported seeing Harry missing cues, and he seemed to be in a hurry. Of course he was in a hurry.
He was dying.
Dying. Literally dying. I know I say that a lot, like, oh, I'm dying, but not like he legit was dying. In the middle of the third act, he finally was like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. So they lowered the curtain as he passed out.
Yikes.
It was not great. So they carried him back to his dressing room, and he's like, nah, I don't need to go to the hospital. I'm fine. Everything's great. And his wife, I'm sure, is just like, you motherfucker, you're going to the hospital. I swear to God. And he's like, okay, let's go to the hospital.
Get in the car.
And it was like 3 a.m., which is like the witchy hour, too.
Ooh.
When he got to the hospital, he had to have his appendix removed. But at that time, it had already ruptured, and they didn't have a lot of hope for his survival. Fun fact, or not so fun fact if you're Houdini, this could have been cured by a round of antibiotics, but it was still 3 years before this was invented.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Right? Just 3 years. So he received 2 operations, and he was injected with an experimental anti-strepto... Oh, God. I practiced this. Streptococcal. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Strep. Whatever. Serum. It looks more difficult than it is. He seemed to recover somewhat, which this is kind of normal with like serious health conditions. They have that rebound and they look like they're getting better right before they die.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I saw that on Grey's Anatomy. But on 1:26 p.m. on Halloween, Houdini Houdini died in his wife's arms.
Oh, well, that's sad.
And
Now I feel
legend
bad for
has
that.
it, his last words were, "I'm getting tired. I can't fight anymore." That's just so sad.
Poor Houdini.
Poor Bess. Poor Houdini. And he was only 52, so that's super young.
That is. Jeez. I thought he was much older.
Yeah. He was in his prime. Stupid kid, punch him in the stomach. Anywho, some people say, well, for decades that the stomach is what killed him. But now, more recent years, a lot of people in the medical community think that wasn't the case entirely, that he might have already had symptoms of appendicitis, but he was kind of ignoring it. And then the punching aggravated it.
Such a man.
Yeah. And then he didn't go to the hospital because he's like, I just got punched. It's nothing. But in reality, it's just the appendicitis getting worse and worse and worse. So they think it's just a really awful coincidence.
Huh. Well, lucky for that kid.
Yeah. Well,
I bet he felt like crap for the rest of his life, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Who wants to be the person that killed Houdini?
For real, yeah.
Not me. Huh. So 2,000 people attended his funeral, which is an insane amount.
That's impressive.
And then he was interred in a family plot of, I'm going to butcher this, I'm so sorry, New Yorkers, Machpelah Cemetery.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. It's a Jewish cemetery in Glendale, Queens. He and his wife, Bess, had made a pact that whichever one of them died first would try to communicate with the other one from the great beyond to prove once and for all whether spiritualism was real or not. Spiritualism is super cool, but I didn't go into it because I want to do a whole episode on it.
Okay, good, because it is such a fascinating story.
It is. And so Bess held a seance on the next 9 Halloween nights, trying to conjure up the spirit of her husband. In 1936, 10 years after Harry Houdini's death, Bess had the much anticipated final seance in the Hollywood Hills. Her husband never showed. She said, quote, Houdini did not come. My last hope is gone. How sad is that?
I feel like I should have been a sad clown instead of a werewolf.
Sad panda. Said, I do not believe that Houdini can come back to me or to anyone. After faithfully following through the Houdini 10-year contract. I don't know. This is a quote. Not on me. After using every type of medium and seance, it is now my personal and positive belief that the spirit communication in any form is impossible. I do not believe that ghosts or spirits exist. The Houdini shrine has burned for 10 years. I now reverently turn out the light. It is finished. Good night, Harry.
No. Such a dedicated wife.
Right? That's a lot of... It's the same thing with like Abraham Lincoln. You know, Mary Todd did a lot of seances and stuff for their child and him. And you know, grief is weird, you know, and I would probably do the same thing.
True.
It would get really weird. And Zeke would just be like, leave me alone. God.
Me alone.
Let me rest, woman. Pretty much. Bess may have abandoned her pursuits to communicate with Harry Houdini after he died, but the public hasn't. Every Halloween, you're bound to find a group of Ouija. I always say Ouija. I don't know why I've always said Ouija, like just a complete imbecile. So every time I see Ouija, is that a Ouija?
Kind of like when I was little, I always called ramen noodles Roman. So when I got older and found out they were ramen, my mind was fucking blown.
Exactly. That's why. I don't know why I've always said that. Anyway, lots of people are trying to conjure his spirits, but just say no to that. That's how you get demons.
Yeah.
And I'm back with demons. And then my final little fact here, the first broken wand ceremony, a ritual honoring the deceased magicians, was performed by the Society of American Magicians at Houdini's grave in 1926. It was originally performed on Halloween, the date of his death, but crowds became too large and attracted vandals and partiers, so it had to be moved to November, and it's now in a different place. Now the cemetery is patrolled on Halloween because we can't have nice things and people are dicks.
People. Ugh, what bastards.
I know. So yeah, Harry Houdini died on Halloween. Super sad.
Awesome. Not awesome. I got distracted.
I'm sure he's like, bitch, no, it's not.
Not awesome. What an asshole. No, I meant like awesome story.
Oh, thank you.
I just forgot the word story.
Man. All right. So now we'll read your terrifying stories.
Yes.
I'm okay. I can do this. My house is not haunted. A demon is not going to get me. That's my mantra for tonight.
Would you like to go first since I went first last time?
Sure. We'll just start with my mom.
Yay! The long-awaited story.
There's a couple.
Yes.
I haven't read them, so we'll see how it goes. Yes, awesome. Distracted by thoughts of Roman noodles. Oh, that was a good comment.
Yes, I absolutely was. I am a little hungry.
All right. So this is from my mom, Alita. It was 1974. I was 18 years old. Small town Arkansas with nothing to do but drive around or park in groups and hang out.
True.
Oh God, I remember like the only thing to do back home was just, they call it cruising. It was just going from Hardee's to Pizza Hut. Whew, those were the days. We used to park in the left field of the school's baseball field. We would sit in the hoods of our cars and talk. One night we saw something in the sky. It had several lights and was moving really fast, and when it got over there was no sound at all. I don't like that.
Nope.
And then it was gone. A minute or two later, we heard roaring sounds in the sky. They were jets. I assume they were military, chasing whatever we had just seen.
Ooh.
The first thing was faster, and so the jets couldn't keep up. It was very spooky, and I went home.
That is awesome. Oh man,
Yes,
I would be
mother.
so jazzed.
Self-preservation, yes.
Yep, true.
I don't
My
love
aspirin
aliens
master.
either. No, thank you.
I
And I talk a lot of shit about aliens. I'm on a list somewhere.
True.
I'm sure they're just like that one. No. Another story, my mom's dad, my grandpa, was friends with a man who managed the airport in my hometown, which was Flippin, Arkansas, by the way. I never knew that was funny until I moved. And we're like, yeah, in Arkansas. And they're like, what?
I know. I saw it in a meme on Tumblr forever ago, and I was like, "This is funny." Oh,
Yeah, I didn't get it. Until it was Looney Bin. Somebody
yep.
did a stand-up thing about Arkansas town names, and I was like, oh, those are my hometowns. It's fine. Anywho, this guy was a big believer in UFOs and would come to our house and talk to my dad. One night, he told us this story. He was doing a charter flight to pick up the body of a man who had just died. He had four-seat planes, so ended up strapping the body into a seat.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
that alone would freak me out.
No. Mm-mm.
Flying with a corpse.
I don't like that.
My brain the whole time be like, did he just move? I think he just moved. I'm gonna wreck the plane now. Just gonna hit this mountain. It's fine. He was flying at night and said a UFO started following him and was keeping pace with him off his right wing.
Yikes.
No. That's even worse if it slows down to keep pace with you with your
So
slow
there's a dead body on a plane and a UFO.
Yeah.
No.
Just hanging out, keeping pace.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Back to my theory that there's aliens working in cahoots with airplanes. Yep.
Oh, he kept a camera in his plane and took a picture. He showed us that picture and several more he had taken over the years. Where are those pictures now, Mom?
Yeah.
I need to know.
Show us receipts.
Another story, my dad installed the first cable TV system in our town. The antenna tower was on top of the mountain outside of town. A person who lived up there called Dad about lights around the tower. They said at first they thought it was a helicopter, but it made no sound. She had seen the same thing several times and finally decided to call my dad, and my dad spent several nights going up there at night to see nothing. Wow.
Jeez.
I would just move at that point. You're just constantly seeing UFOs. No, thanks. What are they doing with a antenna tower? Like
yeah.
TV?
I'd be out there like every single night trying to get pictures.
Yeah, this was the 70s though, so I guess you didn't really have like high quality cameras
Yeah.
readily available. Man, creepy. And this is the Ozark Mountains area, so very remote, very mountainous, very
Oh
tiny
man.
towns. My town I grew up in had 416 people, so very small town.
I
You
miss
think
living remotely.
aliens, don't you think aliens want to hang out in like cities where there's like lots of people to study? What are they doing in small towns?
Probably getting some fresh air.
That's
Literally. Yeah.
And now for some ghosts. Okay, so this is about the house I grew up in. She told me she was writing something about it, about stuff that happened when I moved out. Okay. Okay, so things started when Keena and the laundry room light kept on coming on. Okay, so when I was like a teenager, I was about to graduate high school and leave. You know, when you like close your eyes, you always open them one more time or something. So
Yeah.
I'd like close my eyes, and then when I opened them, the laundry room light was on. And so I was
Ooh.
like, who's there? Because my room was on the opposite side of the house of everybody else, and I was next to the laundry room. And I was like, well, okay. So then I got up being like, who's doing that? And there was nobody there. And then I like screamed like a little girl and ran.
Oh.
I think I was probably 18. You're like, Mom, ghost. She's like, there's nothing in this house. It was built in the 80s, blah, blah, blah. That's what she said then. She thought it was me, but I was asleep. And then on the third night it happened, I went into the room and said, stop turning the light on. You're scaring Keena. And it never happened again.
Damn.
Yeah, get it, Mom. But when I lived in the house alone, a lot of things started to happen. Once I went into town for groceries, and when I got back, I heard water running. The sink in the back bathroom was on full force. I never used that bathroom because I had one of my own on the opposite side of the house. So at that point, our house was kind of weird. So my mom had her own like suite, and then the kitchen was kind of close to that. So that side of the house she never ever had to go to. So it was really weird. Things would disappear. I used to be almost OCD organized. Almost, Mom. Let's be honest. I got it from somewhere. I don't think there's almost anywhere. Everything had its place. I wouldn't be able to find something and it would take days to find it. And then I would just walk into a room and it would be in plain sight. When I was selling the house, I couldn't find the key to the back door. I had used all the keys, or I had all the keys labeled in a cabinet on the wall. Only key that was gone was this one. I went there every couple of days to check on things, and one day it was there just laying on my desk. That's just rude.
That is just rude.
We literally ripped that property apart looking for that key, and then it's just laying there casually. Rude. One night I was almost asleep. My cat Oliver was asleep at the foot of the bed. There was a loud slamming noise in the kitchen, like a cabinet door being shut hard. The cat was standing up looking at the bedroom door with his fur standing up. My first thought was to grab him my car keys and get the hell out of there. But I decided I wouldn't be scared in my own house. So I got up and went through the house, turning on lights as I searched everything, and there was nothing to be found.
Jeez.
She never told me any of this.
Oh, man.
The scariest thing for me was one night while I was just falling asleep, I felt someone lay down on the bed beside me.
Nope. That's the ghost house now.
What? I was laying on my side and I could feel someone behind me, even their breath on the back of my neck. Mom! Holy shit. I was terrified and finally jumped up and no one was there. I tried to tell myself it was a dream, but I'm pretty sure it was not. Lastly, I had heart surgery a couple of years ago. There were some complications and I was kept on bypass machine with my chest open for about 24 hours, which that is my literally nightmare, worst thing that's ever happened. She slept through all of it. She's like, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, fuck, it wasn't. It was bad. Anyhow, she remembers seeing people at her bedside, me and my sister Heather and a couple others that she couldn't see clearly. But I also saw people at the foot of my bed. I was being sedated, but the nurse told me later that I kept waking up, so she'd have to sedate me more. I couldn't tell who the people were, but I knew that they were there. Keena later told me that no one was standing there. So that's true. When they told us they had to leave her open because she started to swell a little bit and they didn't want to sew her up and have to crack her open again because that would be like deadly. So they had like a tent over her and they're like, you can go in. So I went in and then my sister was behind me And then Zeke was behind me too. And then her brother and his wife were behind them. So nobody actually came into the room except for me and Heather and my Aunt Tammy.
Wow.
And we were at her side. So I was like squeezing her hand and stuff, whatever. But she was seeing people at the foot of the bed. And I was like, nobody ever got there because there was stuff in the way. But also everybody was just so traumatized seeing her look like that nobody went into the room. And then she described it, and it said it looked just like my grandma, my grandpa, and my dad.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, Mom's seeing ghosts. That was definitely a ghost.
I bet that was scary as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time. And my favorite thing is she finally woke up. Like, they closed her up, and she got to come out of sedation, and my sister was all freaked out. And I was on my way back to grad school because it was my first day of class. It was great. And Mom's like, you better not miss that. So I went, and then Heather called me, and she's like, she's awake, and she told me to calm my shit. And I was like, Mom's fine.
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Yeah, well, thanks, Mom. Those were good.
Yeah.
It's weird, though, that I don't remember. Well, when I was a baby, my mom said I used to, like, talk to things and, like, reach up and, hug me kind of thing. But I don't remember anything happening until I was older, like, past the teenager. So that's really weird.
That is really weird. Yeah. Yeah, Nikki, I have never watched Weekend at Bernie's because the idea freaks me out too bad. I know it's supposed to be like a comedy, I think, but I can't do it.
Classic.
Right. All right. I'm going to pick Delilah because ever since I've seen the name, I can't stop singing that song, and I'm really sorry.
Delilah.
So this is Delilah from SA, which I'm assuming is San Antonio.
What?
All right, Delilah says, hello, ladies. Oh, I was right. I too am from San Antonio, and I got excited when I saw your post with photos from the hot wells. But did you know it was haunted? If you haven't been at night, do eat. It is creepy AF, and you'll definitely get a vibe you won't ever get when the sun's out and you're frying like an egg. When I was a teenager, me and my best friends went there at night because that's what you do when you are young, dumb, and feel invincible. I felt that.
I remember those days.
Right, man, I miss that shit. But not too dumb because my mom drove us and waited in the car.
Again, self-preservation. I
felt that too. It was a bit different then. Still ruins, but not the nice park you saw. That all didn't open up until recently. Anyway, we were looking around and getting sad because the ghost didn't want to participate. Right before we decided to leave, and we had the great idea to turn off all the lights and just hang out for a few minutes longer, in case they were afraid of lights. Solid logic. Well, in a shocking plot twist, it worked. We saw a shadow move really quickly in the pool area. Freaked out, but mostly convinced it was an animal. We turned the lights on to investigate. Nothing. So we turned the lights off again, and we saw it again, this time closer and in a much more human shape. Yeah, that would terrify me. Yeah, great danger. Well, that was good enough for us. We noped the fuck out of there and ran to the car screaming at my mom like she was some kind of getaway driver. I have always heard they never feel threatening, but I didn't really stick around to find out because I just don't fuck with shadow people. Anyways, here's a fun news article from years about the spooks. Hang on, my dog is in the closet again like some small Victorian child, and it's really freaking me out. Stop it.
Oh, Sir Reginald.
Sorry. Anyway. Here is a fun news article from a few years about the spooks. Once a site of beauty and glamour, the Hot Wells Hotel and Spa attracted many guests to San Antonio. It was even called the Second Hollywood in the early 1900s as 70 silent movies were made at the location. Ooh. Stars like Charlie Chaplin and Will Rogers would visit to enjoy the hot sulfur water baths that were believed to cure anything. I love a good hot water bath, like soaking, natural mineral bath. The Great Depression and a string of fires throughout the years have left this hotel in ruins. Only the bathhouse and a 3-story building are left on the site. Some say they now believe the site is haunted. We've heard people over the years who have walked around the grounds who may be tuned into the paranormal, have felt things and seen things, Hot Well Conservancy Board President Dr. Yvonne Katz said. Justin Parr, the caretaker of the site for the past several years, said he has had his share of encounters as well. I can tell you that there is some kind of a presence and it's friendly, Parr said. One story he tells is that of a woman who can be seen standing in a window, but all the windows are currently closed shut. The night KSAT.com's Erica Hernandez and Adrian Garcia visited, San Antonio paranormal investigators may have caught that woman's voice in electronic voice phenomenon or EVP recordings. A psychic, and I will play the EVP here in a moment. And psychic Tamara Johnston also picked up the presence of a man she believed was named Nick. SAPI members believe there are several spirits that haunt the place, and pictures taken at the site show what looks like orbs floating around. For the most part, these spirits are said to be welcoming. I think the ghosts are excited to see some activity here. And Delilah says, keep up the good work, and thanks for being amazing AF, my dudes, Delilah.
Aw, all right, let me share this. So that's the Hot Wheels from the sky. Okay. Here's the orbs. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Those are very clear. Okay. Oh dear. Let me try this again. Oh. Technology. I'm amazing at it. Okay.
Do.
Okay, here's the first one. Don't be a commercial. Don't be a commercial.
It's going to scare the crap out of me if it's commercial.
Any day now. It's a commercial!
Ah!
Okay. Oh, nope.
It looks hotel-y.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Ooh.
Last chance to talk into my device. All right.
Oh, that
Did you
was
hear
clear.
that?
Yes, I thought that was that girl saying all right.
I did too. That was so clear. That I'm here for you. No. It's probably not like I'm here for you. You're having a bad day. It's kind of really like I'm here for you
here for
to
you.
take you to hell with me.
Yeah.
No. Oh, that's probably gonna be another commercial. Yep. 10, 9.
Well, we're here. If you're not on Patreon, you should be.
It's like this all the time.
Better yet, you got that right. You got that right.
Nick, you're very handsome.
Lovable.
Same, Ghost. Same.
That was very enthusiastic too. Lovable.
I'm just a lovable ghost.
I hope to be that someday too.
Same.
All right. Okay, how about Mari? I'll do Mari next.
Sweet.
Do. All right. Hey, friends. Hello.
Hi.
I have a very spooky story for you. Hell yeah. I grew up across from a cemetery my whole childhood with a view from my bedroom window. What?
I would love that. I'm sorry.
I'm super jealous. Being the spooky, witchy kid I was, I spent most of my free time hanging out in the cemetery, so I knew it well during the day and night. So here comes the story. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
I was 12 and I had friends over on the Friday the week of Halloween. Halloween being that Sunday. We decided to go for a walk in the cemetery around 3:30 p.m. Daylight, mind you. Things seemed normal, and we were walking around the road. Blah, 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 blah. We were walking the roads and talking about typical teenage stuff. You remember those? Just typical teenage stuff.
Man, the nostalgia is hard right now.
It is. What's it about your crush?
Yes.
Or your Lisa Franks? I don't know.
You gave him like a dumb nickname, like the Otter. Yeah.
Oh, yes. We were talking about teenage stuff when my friend said, "Hey, did you see that?" She was clearly freaked out. We turned to see what she was looking at. What we saw was, oh God, looked like a woman in black rags with a veil over her face.
Yikes. I don't like that.
Anything with a veil on is a big
Yeah.
nope for me. That just sounds like you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, no.
We were We, without thinking, turned and started walking towards the exit. I would be running.
Yeah.
There's no walking involved at all. Oh, we were in unison without talking about it. Then I turned around to look back. Oh, you never look back.
Yeah, don't look back.
That's how they get you.
Mhm.
I know I shouldn't have, but it was like I could feel something behind me and she was there, but floating behind us the opposite way she had been. And I mean, floating towards me over headstones. Oh,
No.
oh
Mm.
no.
Nope.
That's like really high floating.
Yeah,
That's got some height.
that's not that Chris Angel. Well, that's Chris
No.
Angel floating, not what's his name? Shit. I forgot. Go on.
My other friend turned around and screamed, so we all started running towards home. We make it out without looking back and ran into my back door. And my mom had made hot chocolate, but it was cold and on the stove for hours. I made it in the house and in the front of the stove before I said anything to them, like, was that real life? Before I finished my sentence, the hot chocolate off the burner, mind you, literally boiling over.
Oh,
She's in your house.
she knows you.
No, 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 no. She knows where you live now. You got to burn it down.
Yeah, you should have zigzagged.
Throw it up, the whole house out.
Yeah.
Should have zigzagged.
She knows where you live. She followed you home.
We ran into my bedroom and hid for the rest of the day. We've spoken about it over the years, and the story between the three of us is always the same. Hope this creeps you out as much as it creeped me out to this day. Yes. When I think about it, I still see her veiled face. Cheers. Mari. She, her pronouns. Thank you for normalizing pronouns.
Yes.
That's amazing. Oh my God, I'm alone. I'm so alone in this house.
Yeah, that's going to be standing outside your French doors.
Oh, and my blinds are open. Oh my God.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not making eye contact with my French doors.
No, we're not going to look over there. No. Nope. No. All right, next story.
All right, let's see. Let's do Nikki.
Okay. Ooh, Nikki's
Since Nikki's
in
here.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Nikki says, Hey, Nikki.
Hey.
It's Nikki again, and I wanted to send yet another one of my absolute scary stories. Excellent.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So let's set the scene here. Oh, I love setting a good scene. I love you so much. I was about 9 or so, and my family still owned the haunted portal of a voodoo house that my grandparents have lived in for many, many years. The build was essentially 2 3-bedroom apartments on top of one another with a kitchen in the rear and a bathroom directly in the center. In the back of the house, there was a staircase that connected those 2 floors, and of course, it was a house built in the 40s, 50s, an attic at the very top of the house. This room I refused to go to, even refused to climb up the stairs. It just felt very wrong, and that entire back staircase always felt like someone was breathing down the back of your neck, and just always a hair away from grabbing at you. So this one time, my second oldest cousin, who was about 3 at the time, announced to my aunt that he was going to go upstairs to play with the little girl. There is no little girl. I do not like that.
No.
Yeah, no, nobody would be allowed to go up there. My second youngest cousin was just born, and she wasn't old enough to walk much, less talk at the time, so we were all just confused. So we asked, what do you mean? He said, a little girl came down the stairs while I was playing and wanted me to go upstairs with her to play some games. His mom freaked the fuck out and was like, no, you're not going up there. A+ for mom, because
yes.
If my child started saying that, I'd be like, get in the car, we're leaving. To which he replied, but she'll be mad. No, all the no. Fast forward a couple years later, and I get to sleep in this cousin's room. I was in a race car bed, not a proud moment for me. Hey, race car beds are the shit.
Yeah.
No, it was a proud moment. I had just finished playing Sonic on the Sony PSP and was getting ready to crash when I heard boots pacing in the attic over where I was laying down with little feet skittering after the boots. I was like, hey, so I'm really tired. Can you just stop? I really just want to get to sleep tonight. And it stopped.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, those are my two of my short-ish scary stories that I have dealt with. Hope you enjoyed. Much love, Nikki, the Page Turner and Page Turners and Button Mashers podcast.
Oh my God, that was so good.
It was it's so creepy. The little girl will be mad. Ugh.
I don't like
Ugh.
ghost children.
No, I do not do ghost
Mm-mm.
children.
No, they're a next level creepy because I'm convinced they're all demons.
Yep.
And they say that because they're like, oh, children will be, able to make you more comfortable. And so they can like take your soul and fuck your
Yeah,
shit up.
for real. Like very rarely, which makes me wonder, where are the ghost children if most ghost children turn out to be demons? What happened to the ghost children?
Maybe there were never any ghost children because they're all innocent and they get whatever,
This is a
Because
good point.
depending on your afterlife beliefs, I guess.
This is a very good point.
This is going to get very deep if we have to contemplate that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's not even start because I will sit here for hours.
Yeah, and like kids are creepy anyway because kids usually say like really weird shit about
Yes.
seeing things or past life stuff. Yeah, just kids in general. Just gotta avoid
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, seriously. Like anytime a kid says something remotely creepy to me, I'm just like, okay, where are your parents? You're going back to your parents and I'm going home.
Fun fact, I guested on Nikki's podcast for their Halloween episode. So
Oh, cool.
go check that out. It's got a little bit of Hocus Pocus. It's got a little bit of Dracula. And it's got a little bit of a cat possession.
Oh, yeah.
I hope
Gotta
you're
love a
intrigued.
little cat possession.
Oh, yeah, it's my turn. Okay. It's fine. It's fun. We'll do Serena. All right. This is from Serena. I grew up in my hometown of Medicine Hat. Well, that's a fun little name.
That is a fun
Medicine
little
Hat.
name.
Oh, in Alberta. Charming little city in Western Canada. I love Canada. So charming. Everybody's so nice from what I can tell. Medicine Hat's most notorious claim to fame is that we are the home of the world's tallest teepee, as it is a city with rich indigenous culture and history. That is really cool.
That is really cool.
The city of Medicine Hat got its name from the Blackfoot word. Oh no. Samus? I apologize with all respect. I'm just a dumbass. Which refers to the feather headdress worn by the tribe's medicine men. Oh, okay, Medicine Hat. I get it now.
Oh, okay.
That took so long. I swear I'm smart. When we sold our family farm, we purchased a brand new home in a recently developed part of the city, which many had thought to be the home to, you guessed it, an old Native American burial ground. Everything spooky is the burial ground.
Yep.
Ugh. We had just finished settling into our new home when my mom invited her friend, a woman who considered herself a bit of a medium, over to the house for coffee. Upon arriving, my mom and her friend walked up to the front door when her friend grabbed her by the arm and stopped her from going inside. Ooh. She told my mom she felt unsafe entering the home because she felt a strong and angry presence nearby.
Oh.
She went on to explain that there was a Blackfoot chief whose spirit looked over her home, and more specifically, one of the rooms in our home. Without ever having stepped foot in the house, she was able to describe the exact layout. The staircase to the right of the entry that led up to the bedrooms, the master bedroom to the left, and the 2 additional bedrooms to the right. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
She explained that the chief stood watch over the bedroom to the right, the bedroom with the door that stayed open. The room with the yellow wall is my bedroom. See, I was afraid of the dark and always kept my door open to let the light in from the hallway, whereas my sister, a much angstier teenager, always kept her door closed. The medium went on to explain that the spirit, the chief, was angry to see the land he once loved and cared for being destroyed, which
Duh.
I do not blame him.
Yeah.
Just rude colonizers. I lost my place. Un momento.
Da, da, da.
Dun, dun, dun. Hold music. However, he felt a connection to the girl in that room. Hey, that's me. That's what it says. And I felt he felt that he needed to protect her. I was never lucky enough to see the man who kept watch over me, but on more than one occasion, I could feel his presence. I could hear sounds that were inexplicable in the middle of the night. On more than one occasion, I fell asleep with my door open, but woke to find it securely shut. I'll always wonder what he was protecting me from on those nights. I hope whoever lives there now looks out for him the way he looked out for me all those years ago.
That's really
That's
sweet.
really sweet. You know, it's like he's rightly mad, but then for him to be like, all right, I have a job now. I'm going to protect her.
Yeah,
That's
that is
really
really sweet.
sweet. But Serena is the owner of Scrub Happy Co. on Etsy, and she's giving our listeners 15% off with the code CLEANAF.
Oh, that's so cool.
I have the mimosa soap, and it smells so good.
Will you like message me the info because I will forget if I don't write it, see it in writing.
Yes, it's etsy.com/shop/scrub happy. And I'll put that on our stuff, the show notes and whatnot. It smells delicious.
Awesome.
Big fan. All right. Next.
It's me.
It's you.
Okay, I'm going to read Michelle's story. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
She says, hi, sorry in advance. This is super long. No, we want super long.
Never apologize. Never. My
parents owned this house in Massachusetts. MA is Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, God, I panicked. Massachusetts. I swear I'm smart. Massachusetts from December 1998 until June 2020. Over the years, we all had strange things happen to us. Well, except my stepmom. She refuses to believe it's haunted and thinks we're all making it up. Guess you can be the judge. We'll start with my dad's stories. He was the first to notice something was off. He was sitting at the computer in the family room one afternoon, probably a few months after we moved in, and out of the corner of his eye, he saw my younger sister or me, we're 2 years apart, so generally the same height, walk by behind him. He turned to say something and nobody was there. He would be cooking in the kitchen and hear girly laughter coming from the same room and walk in to ask one of us something, and again, no one was there. This happened pretty often. Disembodied laughter scares the crap out of me.
Oh no, I do not like that.
Over the years, he'd sometimes wake up during the night and a dark figure was standing at the foot of his bed. He'd rub his eyes and start to get up thinking it was one of us unable to sleep, and it would disappear. My oldest brother, Danny, woke up in the middle of the night. I think this was during our first year there, to a girl screaming. Oh, no. I don't know what it is about disembodied voices, screaming, laughing. I can't handle it. He bolted out of bed and ran downstairs. He was on the 3rd floor with my second brother, Tom, to find the house completely dark and everyone was in bed. Thinking he dreamed it, he went back up to bed, and as he was laying back down, he glanced out the window and noticed a young girl in the classic white nightgown out in the yard.
Oh, no.
He stood up and went to the window to get a better look, and she was gone. Ugh.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, a girl's disembodied screaming gives me chills. My other older brother, Tom's most memorable, at least to me, happened a few years ago. He and his now wife had moved home while they were trying to buy a house. My parents were strict, and since they weren't married, they couldn't share a room. So she was in my old room on the 2nd floor, and he was in his old room on the 3rd. One night, he got woken up to his girlfriend digging through his laptop bag, asked her what she was looking for, but she ignored him, so he just rolled over and went back to sleep. The next morning, he asked her, "What were you looking for last night?" And confused, she asked, "What are you talking about?" He answered, "You were in my room in the middle of the night, digging through my laptop bag." A bit more confused, she said to him, "No, I wasn't. I never came upstairs." My dad suggested, "Must have been the ghost, but it never happened again." I still wonder what she could have been looking for.
Oh, God.
That's horrifying to see a whole ass person in your room digging around. Now, my stories. As I mentioned before, my younger sister and I are 2 years apart and the youngest of our clan, so we were always together. We'd spend every weekend playing Barbies or Playmobiles in our 3-season porch. We'd set up our town on Fridays and play all weekend and clean up Sunday nights. One Saturday, we woke up and went to continue playing and found all the people and animals in weird places where we clearly had not left them. Horses on the roof, people in the barn, cars flipped over, rooms in the house messed up. My sister started to get really freaked out knowing we had a ghost in the house. I convinced her it was me. I played a joke on her to make it think it was a ghost. At least that's what I told her. I came clean after she moved out that I never did that. I was just as freaked as she was when it happened. In my older years, 18 to 22, I would be the last one awake watching TV in the living room. I'd see a white figure out of the corner of my eye float up the stairs or go by the window panes of three-season porch doors. I'd freeze, then turn to look, but of course there was nothing there. I'd immediately run up to my room. I always felt safe in my room, which is a little odd because I woke up to someone grabbing my ankles in my early teens. Ugh.
No, no, no,
Just a little
no,
tidbit to throw in there.
no.
To this day, I can't sleep on my back with my ankles crossed. I actually found a trapdoor at the back of my closet to an empty room, but my dad wouldn't let me go in because he was scared I would fall through the floor. I would hear footsteps growing up and down the hallway stairs, someone wearing boots, which was never allowed in the house, and the hallway light wouldn't turn on. I can see the light from under my door.
Oh no.
I would ask if someone was walking around in the middle of the night, and everyone would say they had never left their room. My younger sister, Rachel, never saw anything but believed it all and would climb into bed with me if she woke up during the night, still through high school. We all felt the someone is watching me vibe. Even friends who came over said they got the creepy vibe, but nobody was ever harmed. Now my parents retired and moved to New Hampshire, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. I tried finding out who died there, but never found any info. Good luck to the new family living there. XOXO Michelle H.
Oh wow.
Man.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh man.
Oh, that's some creepy shit. I swear I'm just like creeping myself out. I'm like, oh, there's something in the window. No, there's nothing.
And it's just you going like
Just
this.
me. Yeah, it's just my reflection. Oh, I'm such a wuss. All right, I think.
Those are some awfully cute earrings, Kina.
Yeah, they're hurting my ears.
Oh, no.
headphones. So I was like, I'm just gonna hang them up so I can look at them.
They're so cute.
Okay. Yeah, Catherine's. All right.
No, I did Catherine, didn't I?
Did you?
Wait.
No.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Just kidding. Go on.
Just kidding. All right, here it goes. But first, let me clarify by saying I am related I'm related to this man by marriage. This happened in 2009. Oh, let's crack into it. Ooh, you're a fan of That's Why We Drink, aren't you? Aren't you? Samesies. Leonard Catano? Sure.
Yes.
Was a long-term California resident with his son Nathaniel, who at the time was 28. Nathaniel had a long rap sheet of charges: possession of marijuana, parole violations, arson, and murder.
Okay.
Casually just throwing that at the end.
Yeah.
To name a few. Leonard stood by him at every court hearing. On November 18th, 2009, Nathaniel and Leonard's neighbors noticed that the rear shed was on fire.
Jeez.
Ooh, that seems sketchy. A neighbor headed to the shed with a water hose to help extinguish the fire. When authorities arrived, they saw Nathaniel carrying pot plants outside
Huh.
out of the shed for safety.
No, yep.
Save
Respect.
the pot. As the firefighters extinguished the flames, they noticed a 5x5 hole in the shed where they discovered what looked like remains.
Oh, damn.
Nathaniel claimed he was cooking a goat.
Okay.
I mean,
This
that's
goat is
a new
oddly human
excuse.
shaped, but okay.
Oh dear. Hours later, Leonard was nowhere to be found and reported as a missing person. Oh no. Until investigators had confirmation of the remains, he had recently gone through knee surgery and had used crutches to get around. Investigators found his wallet and keys in their home. After a thorough investigation of the remains found in the pit, charred and heavily burned for about 4 hours.
Ooh.
Oh no, dismembered and headless.
Well, at least he wasn't alive when he lit him on fire.
Yeah, I guess silver lining.
Yeah.
And DNA test was discovered Leonard's remains. The neighbor admits that days earlier Leonard and Nathaniel had been arguing over pot plants in the rear shed. Leonard wanted Nathaniel to get rid of them, but Nathaniel claimed he had a permit. A little later, after investigators found Nathaniel with red eyes, soot, and not clothed. Oh, God. The trial lasted 3 days, where Nathaniel pleaded guilty to homicide charges. This shocked the court after a solid day of testimonies from friends and relatives. He received 15 years to life in prison and has a chance at parole.
What?
What?
Wow, that is.
You barbecued your boy.
He
Wasn't that-
literally burned. Okay.
Oh, I am in shock. Leonard had been estranged from his family for years. He recently had started making his way back to his brother Mike. Mike has since passed away from colon cancer in 2017. While gathering sources and additional information, I discovered that no obituary has been written for Leonard, and it hurts me to know that nothing was ever written to describe his life. Or it makes me feel like I'm at peace with this. If there's any family out there listening or reading to this story, I would love for you to reach out to me.
Aw.
Anyways, thank you for reading. Hope you enjoyed this crazy story. I've been debating sending this mess for quite a while, and I felt the urge to finally do so.
Oh man, that would be great if someone contacted her.
Right? So there's a link, and I'll put it in the show notes, and it's the news.
Awesome.
That's so sad. Because he's like, oh man. So this site, the most bizarre Kings County murder trial in recent Henry. Oh my
Henry.
God. Oh, my brain is like, bitch, we're done. You got a lot of shit on your eyes.
I know.
I'm tired.
My brain is like, touch your face. Just touch it.
I have fake eyelashes on, and all I can think my brain's like, pull it off.
Yeah.
Do it. It was only 30. It's like our age. That's
Wow.
insane.
Jeez.
Man. So yeah, I'll include this. And yeah, if anybody knows anything. And I was wrong. I said my boy. It was like he killed his dad, not the other way around.
Oh. Cool. Not cool. Why do I keep doing that? Oh.
Man. Well, thank you everybody for watching and
Yes.
listening and joining us. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic spooky season.
Yes, and when this drops actual recording, then happy Halloween.
Yes. Do all your spooky stuff. I hope everybody stays safe, but you do something that brings you some joy.
Yes.
If that's just, sitting at home watching Hocus Pocus, or if it's going to a corn maze or one of those things, just hope everybody's having some fun.
Yes, just mask up and be safe.
Yeah. Nobody wants to have the COVID.
Yes.
I have to get a COVID test on Monday, and I'm really scared because I'm like, what if I have it and I don't know? I'm not lucky enough to be asymptomatic, so I'm pretty sure I'm good, but I'm still nervous.
Yeah.
You've had 2?
I've had 3. I've had 3
3.
tests. I've had 3 tests and I've quarantined twice.
Yikes. Did you have the brain ticklers?
Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's going to be fun. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Twice I've been brain tickled, and the third time I actually got to perform it on myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
That probably... See, I keep doing it. I'm like, there's something out there. I don't want to do it to myself because I don't know if I'd push it far enough back. Be like, wuss. I don't want to.
Well, the woman kept being like, you didn't do it far enough. You have to start over. You didn't do it far enough. You have to start over. Because I was like,
Man. So yeah, I hope if you guys like this is what Patreon is like all the time. Just, me fucking up and, laughing, but you get to see us, our faces, and you get to comment along, and it's so much fun. So
Yes.
if you want to join Patreon and be a part of this little fam, it's patreon.com/historicalafpod. And I have a huge pile of stuff going out Monday for Patreon people's stuff, like birthday cards and stickers and welcome cards for the newbies. Yay! Yay!
Yeah, Kina does all kinds of really cool stuff, and y'all should definitely check out Patreon.
Yeah. Good thing you can't see my desk because it looks like just everything threw up. There's so much stuff. And if you want to follow us on social media, that's Historical AF Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Forgot that one for a second. And everything's on the website. That's historicalafpodcast.com. And there you can find links to everything. And we got merch, shop.spreadshirt.com/historicalafpod. And I think that's about it.
I think so. Y'all should definitely go buy some merchandise because it's also really cool and also designed all by Kina and is amazing.
Oh, I'm just lucky that I have some artistic talent, but not on my face. This was very hard.
We don't speak of the face.
Yes. So everybody have a great Halloween. Or if you celebrate the witchy stuff.
Blessed Samhain.
Samhain. Yeah, I was like, I've practiced.
We talked about this last year on an episode.
Yes. Yeah. I was trying to find something that we didn't talk about that episode. So
Yep.
it was yeah. So definitely whatever you believe in. I hope you're having a great time. If you're getting ready for Day of the Dead, I just found out that San Antonio is doing a virtual parade in celebration. So
Okay.
we might do like a watch party or something. We could all watch it. It's so beautiful. It's amazing.
Cool.
So I'll have links for that.
That sounds amazing.
Good time.
Cool.
All right, guys. See you next time. Okay, bye. Oh, yeah, I do have an Etsy page. Oh, yesterday I was like, I have a glass order. And I was like, I'll do that. And then I made it. And then I went to print out the order forms and I realized I did the wrong kind of glass. And I was like, oh.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Sell those anyway.
Yeah. Well, now I just have an extra one, so I don't have to make it. And somebody orders it. But they wanted a beer mug.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it took me longer. Oh, good times, good times. But yeah, thanks everybody for this commenting and hanging out. It's been lovely.
I'm sweating under all this fur.
So much fur.
So much fur.
Feel better
Fake
now.
fur. Fake. Polyester.
That's even
Polyester.
hotter. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see you guys next time we go live. And if you're Patreon, we're going to restart this in a second and do a mini gab. Woo!
Yep.
All right, bye.
Bye.